Hey guys, what's up? Stuart here from Stuart's Tarantulas again. I hope you guys are well. Guys, in today's video, sorry I've been a bit slow on YouTube. Just been, time of the year, it's pretty busy and just don't have enough time to put more regular videos out. So sorry about if there hasn't been any videos lately. But today, guys, let me put it this way. Today's video, most of my videos are focused on helping a lot of new beginners, novice keepers, I should say, novice hobbyists that are in the wanting to get into or in the tarantula hobby and are wanting to learn more about the tarantula hobby and more about tarantulas and how to keep them. And I'm worried, you get a lot of comments, a lot of pictures being sent, oh, my tarantula's dying, blah, 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 and it's not the case. In today's video, guys, I'm going to be talking about basically I'll be showing you some imagery after this video, after my main video clip here. I'm just going to do a lot of talking about this, quite a bit of talking, but the video is not going to be too long. I'll make it as short as possible, and then I'll add some pictures in at the end. With some species and whatnot, but I'm gonna be talking about one of the subjects that's come up a lot in terms of molting and pre-molt. Specifically, I'm gonna be chatting about pre-molts, and for this purpose, I'm gonna focus more on New World tarantulas, on signs to look out for in New World tarantula species, specifically terrestrial, let's call it terrestrial New World species predominantly, because as a beginner, as a novice keeper, I would always recommend a terrestrial New World tarantula as a first tarantula for anyone getting into the hobby. So guys, signs of pre-molt of New World tarantulas and Old World tarantulas are kind of different, if I can put it that way. Old World tarantulas do not have urticating hairs. Let's start there. And in general, Old World tarantulas have slightly more potent venom, to put it that way, to sum it up for beginners. So their defense mechanisms are more reliant on biting and their venom, whereas New World tarantulas have urticating hair that they kick off to ward away predators, etc., etc. So that's the theory behind why the assumption is that New World tarantulas' venom is not as venomous, if I can put it that way. The side effects are not as venomous as the Old World species that do not possess the urticating hairs. And I promise you, the urticating hairs are as irritating as it sounds. They are nasty. Some people have seriously allergic reactions to them. So I do not handle my spiders for that reason. I love looking at them. I love my tarantulas. I love my New Worlds. So yeah. So let's dive right into the signs of pre-molt in tarantulas. So guys, eventually when your spider is out of pre-molt, so I'll just jump ahead a bit here. If you're a new beginner keeper and you find your spider lying on its back, please do not touch it or get a fright or panic. That is completely normal. Do not touch the spider. Full stop. Leave it. Let it be. They are molting. They are very fragile, and if you interfere, they can die because they are shedding the exoskeleton, and the underlying skin underneath it is very soft, and they can bleed to death. So do not touch them. The molting process can take even up to 24 hours, even longer in very large specimens or very older and older specimens. So the rule of thumb in molting, do not touch. That's it. That's the biggest advice I can give. But let's go into the pre-molt, which is a subject a lot of beginner keepers or that do not know. So, number one of the things that does happen is spiders start refusing to eat. I'm not saying, you get a lot of newel spiders such as the Chilean rose, the Grammostola rosea. The Grammostola species generally can go on hunger strikes as such, and don't be alarmed if your spider doesn't eat for 6 months and then all of a sudden he starts devouring prey like it's going out of fashion. That is completely normal. But generally, one of the signs of pre-molt is refusing to eat. They do stop eating a few weeks or a few months before the molt, depending on the species. So that's just summing it up. They also become more lethargic. They are way less active, if I can put it that way. They can have sometimes when they're very close to a molt, within a couple of days or a week or so. I noticed it with my geneticala, the giant white knee, my big mature female. I noticed that it must have been about 3 months she refused to eat, and they are notoriously piranhas as such. They eat like crazy. So and she was then moving funny and everything like that. And eventually she laid down a molting mat and she molted and she survived and she started eating like a champ a week after that. So she was fine. So one of the things is lethargy. They're way less active and they will start hiding away and have slower movements. So if your spiders are set up and they've got like a corkbark hide, and you find your spider hiding a lot in its hide and it's not eating, don't be alarmed. If its abdomen is plump and it's quite fat, don't feed it. Make sure the biggest advice the best advice and the biggest tip I can give here is always ensure, especially when your spider's in pre-molt, that you have a constant water supply in the water bowl for the tarantula to drink out of. Okay, so the biggest misconception with molting is hydration. So I'm kind of jumping around here. So hydration is so important. It's not external hydration, meaning the conditions in your enclosure. You don't have to necessarily ensure that your tarantula cage is optimal humidity. That doesn't make a difference. If your spider's gone into pre-molt or heavy pre-molt and you all of a sudden notice it and you think, oh goodness, my spider's now in pre-molt, I better humidify the cage or make it humid. I'm sorry, you're a bit late. You need to ensure that your spider has got a full water bowl and your spider is hydrated internally. The most important thing is that spider, your tarantula, drinks water and takes water in. It's that hydration that assists and helps the spider during a molt. Spraying a spider or misting a spider is not going to make a difference. I can promise you now. So that's why routine checking on your spiders and making sure that they are hydrated is the key. You don't need to do anything else. The only thing is, if a spider is really old and it's at the end of its life, you may find spiders may not survive a molt because it is a huge task for them a physical task for them that they go through in their life, in their in their molting process. So it takes a lot of energy, and things can happen, and they can pass from it if they are at the end of life. Especially mature males, they do not. Mature males, once they've hooked out, they will not survive their final molt. I'm sad to say that's the reality of it. But going back to the pre-molt stages, the lethargy, the way less active. They hide away. They've got much slower movements. So just look out for that. And some of them with corkbark hides, they will hide away in their hides and they will sort of seal their burrow entrance up. I've seen this with my Phomictopus species Cancerides or the Haitian brown copper phase. I recently saw my 10 centimeter female hide away, and she was hidden away for about a week. No, actually about 2 weeks. She was hid up, and she actually molted. So if they're hidden away and they've closed off their burrow entrance, leave them alone. Just as I said, the water is essential. So make sure they're able to get some water into their bodies, drink it. You know what I'm saying? And one of the most obvious changes I can tell you about New World tarantulas in pre-molt stage changes is the appearance of the abdomen. So have a careful look at the abdomen. Okay, that the abdomen does get bigger. Let's be honest. The abdomen is going to get plumper. It's going to get bigger. It's going to get darker. So with new worlds, with the urticating hair, if they kick their hairs off, it makes it easier for you to see their actual skin. So the abdomen's going to come plumper. It's going to become shinier, and very likely possible bald spots are going to appear. And the biggest telltale sign is when any of the bald spots, or if you can see between the hairs that the abdomen's going like it goes white. It's like a white creamy color. That's a very first sign. But once that abdomen changes coloration to like a dark, like a light black to black color, your spider is in heavy pre-molt, and it is going to molt imminently. So if you see that, make sure your spider has fresh, clean water, preferably like spring or mineral water. I don't trust tap water with all the chlorine and stuff. Make sure you hydrate your spider and then leave it alone, let it hide away. The next stage it'll do after that, it will start webbing up. If you start seeing it webbing up, a molt's going to happen any day or within the next few days or week or a couple of days, depending on the species, the size, etc., etc. So the tarantulas will lay down what we call a molting mat, and then the spider will then lay on its back, and then it will do its molting process. And the spiders, okay, another point is pre-molt duration. Okay, so generally speaking, as a thumb suck, as a guideline, I should say, generally slings will be in pre-molt for about 2 weeks to a month. It can happen, and adults, especially adult tarantulas, can stay in pre-molt for a number of weeks to several months, easily several months for certain species, depending on the species. It's a lot harder to tell pre-molt in old world spiders because they do not they don't have that abdomen change as such. That's predominantly seen in New World tarantulas. So, guys, as a guideline, that I think sums it up. I'll have some pictures coming up soon, up here, and I'll just go through a couple of photos I took of some of my spiders in pre-molt to give you an idea. I'll put the species names, and you can see the abdomen changes and the coloration. So I hope that helps, guys. And to all the beginners out there, if you got any comment or any questions, drop us a comment or drop me a message. I'm sure to come back to you. If I may ask you, if you like the video, please give us a like, subscribe to my channel. Really appreciate, share the video. I really appreciate your support, guys. So I'm gonna put up those pictures now, and let me know if there's any questions. So yeah, that's it, guys, and I will see you in the next video. But have a look at the pictures; they will show you everything. They'll give you an indication of some pre-molt spiders of some of my spiders. Thanks, guys, and as always, love your spider. I'll see you in the next video, and enjoy the photos. I'll check you in the next video. This is my Brazilian giant blonde, the Nandu tripepi, one of two mature females that actually molted at very similar time periods. In the picture here, you can see this mature female's abdomen. You can see the hairs that are missing off of its abdomen and the bald spot there that's appearing, and it's blackish in the background. There's a better shot of the second spider of mine, the other mature female, and you can see the predominantly black markings on the abdomen, and she molted pretty quick out of that. So that is my mature female Nandu tripepi, one of two. So these are giant teddy bears in my opinion, and they're wonderful spiders. So for all beginners, a great spider for you to keep. And next up, guys, this is my Brazilian blue, Laciocyona sazami. As you can see, that shiny abdomen, its black-gray coloration just shows it's in heavy pre-molt and is about to molt. Also, strangely enough, because of the weather and temperatures we've been having, I've had a lot of spiders molt out, and I've got about 6 females. There's my other one just popped up in this picture. I had 2 in pre-molt, and they molted a week apart. So this was just actually a couple of days before the molt. So yeah, that's the Brazilian blue, an absolute beautiful spider. And next up, there we go. That is the Brazilian blue. Just to show you and illustrate that is the second one that I showed you with the last picture. That is her molting. That is her after she's shed her skin off, and she's in a fragile state. So never touch your spider, as you can see in this video. Here's just a closer view of the spider. Look at how fragile those fangs are. Normally the fangs are black in color, but here you can see the fangs are sort of white. So yeah, that's a Brazilian blue. And next up, guys, this is my Mexican redleg, or Brachyphalma amelia. Also another spider that's still in heavy pre-molt. You can see the abdomen there is devoid of hairs. There's that black grayish coloration coming through. So they take a lot longer in pre-molt. And just a shot of it, how bald the abdomen is, devoid of hair. So yeah, this female is still in pre-molt. She's been in pre-molt for, I don't know, because she's a mature female. She's been in pre-molt, heavy pre-molt for the last month, 2 months actually. But yeah, that's it, guys. I hope this video has helped you in identifying your tarantulas in pre-molt.